Before there were gods, before there were heroes, before there was even the sky, there was only chaos, an endless, formless void, a universe without shape, without time, without rules. But from this primordial darkness, something ancient began to awaken, and from it, the first gods were born. From chaos emerged the first fundamental forces of existence. Gaia, the earth itself, broad and strong. Uranus, the starry sky, a vast celestial dome. Tartarus, the deep, dark abyss, a pit of endless despair. And Eros, the irresistible power of love and desire, the force that would bind all things together. Gaia and Uranus, earth and sky, became the parents of a powerful and fearsome race, the Titans. These were not ordinary gods. They were living, breathing forces of nature, embodiments of the cosmos itself. Oceanus ruled the vast encircling seas. Hyperion controlled the brilliant light of the sun. Themis embodied divine law and order. And Cronus, the youngest and most ambitious, ruled time itself. The Titans became the first rulers of the universe, their dominion absolute and their power unquestioned. But their reign, born from the raw power of the cosmos, was built upon a foundation of fear. Uranus, the Sky Father, grew to fear his own children. He saw their immense strength and potential, and a dark paranoia took root in his heart. He imprisoned many of them, the monstrous Cyclopes and the hundred-handed Hecatonchires, deep within the earth, within Gaia herself. Enraged by the pain of her imprisoned children, Gaia plotted a terrible revenge. She fashioned a great, unyielding sickle and gave it to her youngest son, Cronus. She whispered her plan, a call for rebellion against his tyrannical father. And one night, as Uranus descended to embrace the earth, Cronus struck. He betrayed his father, overthrew him, and claimed the throne of the universe for himself. Cronus became the new king of the Titans. But the power he had so violently seized brought with it a haunting paranoia. A prophecy echoed in his mind, a dark whisper of fate. One day, your own son will destroy you, just as you destroyed your father. Terrified of losing control, terrified of his own destiny, Cronus made a terrible and monstrous choice. Every time his wife, the Titaness Rhea, gave birth to a child, he would seize the newborn and swallow it whole, imprisoning it within his own body. Hestia, goddess of the hearth. Demeter, goddess of the harvest. Hera, goddess of marriage. Hades, future lord of the underworld. And Poseidon, future master of the seas. All were consumed by their own father, their divine light extinguished before it could even shine. Rhea was heartbroken, her sorrow turning to desperate resolve. She could no longer bear the loss of her children. When her sixth child was born, she hid him away, spiriting him to the secluded island of Crete. In his place, she wrapped a large stone in swaddling clothes and presented it to Cronus. Blinded by his fear, he swallowed the stone without a second thought, believing he had once again cheated fate. That hidden child's name was Zeus. Zeus grew in secret on the island of Crete, nurtured by nymphs and protected by the island's guardians. He was trained, protected, and prepared for the destiny that awaited him. When he had grown into a powerful young god, he was ready to return and claim his birthright. With the help of the Titaness Metis, he disguised himself and served Cronus a potion. The potion forced Cronus to violently vomit up the children he had swallowed, fully grown and furious. One by one, they emerged: Poseidon, Hades, Hera, Demeter, and Hestia. Reunited at last, they formed a powerful alliance against their father. Zeus then descended into the depths of Tartarus and freed the Cyclopes and the Hecatonchires, the monstrous siblings the Titans had left imprisoned. In gratitude for their freedom, the Cyclopes master craftsmen forged incredible weapons for the new gods. For Zeus, they crafted the thunderbolt, a weapon of pure lightning and cosmic fury. For Poseidon, a mighty trident that could shake the earth and command the seas. And for Hades, a helmet of invisibility, the helm of darkness, that allowed him to move unseen. The stage was set. The war for the universe had begun. For 10 long brutal years, the heavens burned. This was the Titanomachi, the War of the Titans. The cosmos itself was the battlefield. Mountains were torn from their roots and hurled across the sky. The oceans boiled with divine rage. The very sky itself seemed to shatter under the weight of the conflict. It was Titan versus Olympian, father versus son, the past versus the future. The older generation of gods, led by the formidable Cronus and his loyal brother Atlas, fought to maintain their dominion. The younger Olympians, led by the charismatic Zeus, fought for a new world order. At last, after a decade of relentless war, the tide turned. Zeus, wielding the full, unrestrained power of his thunderbolts, unleashed a final devastating assault. Cronus, the devourer of his own children, the king of time, fell. The Titans were defeated. Their reign was over. Zeus and his allies cast them down into the deepest pit of Tartarus, bound there for all eternity. A new era had begun. With their victory secured, Zeus and his siblings divided the world among themselves. By drawing lots, they established their new domains. Zeus, as the leader and the most powerful, claimed the sky and the heavens, becoming the king of all gods and men. Poseidon received the vast and untamed seas, his dominion stretching across every ocean and river. And Hades drew the shortest lot, becoming the solemn ruler of the underworld, the realm of the dead. From their majestic home on the peak of Mount Olympus, they governed the cosmos, bringing a new kind of order to the world. Soon, more gods joined their ranks, forming the pantheon we know today. Athena, the wise goddess of war and strategy. Apollo, the radiant god of music and prophecy. His twin sister Artemis, the fierce goddess of the hunt. Ares, the brutal god of war. Aphrodite, the irresistible goddess of love and beauty. And Hermes, the swift messenger of the gods. They were powerful, immortal, and majestic, but they were far from perfect. They loved with fierce passion. They hated with bitter jealousy. They envied, schemed, and betrayed one another. They were gods, yes, but with undeniably human souls. The Olympian gods did not rule in isolation. They were deeply, and often chaotically, involved in the lives of mortals below. They walked among humans, sometimes in disguise, sometimes in all their divine glory. They guided destinies, answered prayers, and delivered punishments. From their divine meddling and their unions with mortals, a new generation of heroes was born. Achilles, the greatest warrior of Greece, nearly invincible, but for his fated heel. Heracles, son of Zeus, whose 12 labors earned him a place among the gods. Perseus, the slayer of Medusa. Odysseus, the cunning king whose journey home became an epic tale. Some mortals were blessed by the gods, showered with gifts and favor. Others were cursed, their lives turned into cautionary tales of tragedy and suffering. Through war, love, and heartbreak, through epic quests and terrible fates, the myths were born. And the legends that would shape Western civilization were written in the stars. Today, their temples lie in ruins, weathered by time and reclaimed by nature. Their altars are cold, and their divine voices are silent, yet their stories remain. They echo through the ages, preserved in ancient texts, immortalized in art, and reimagined in books and movies. They live on in our collective imagination. The names of planets, the symbols of our culture, the very archetypes of our stories all bear their mark. The gods of Olympus may be gone, faded into the realm of myth and memory, but their legacy is eternal. Because every civilization, every culture, every one of us needs its myths. We need stories of great power, great struggle, and great meaning to help us understand our own world and our place within it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the origins of the Greek gods, please like, subscribe, and join us for more legendary stories.